It's like that sick, sinking feeling you get when you're walking down the street minding your own business and some guy yells out vulgar words about your body. Or when you see that guy at work that stands just a little too close, stares a little too long, and makes you feel uncomfortable in your own skin. It's that feeling of terror and violation that too many women have felt when someone has grabbed them or forced himself on them and they've said no, but he didn't listen. Something that we know happens on college campuses and countless other places every single day.
Sexual assault is when someone does something sexual to another person without getting their permission first. That can include anything from touching someone's genitals, breast, or butt, inserting something into any of their body parts, or showing them something sexual when they haven't given their explicit consent.
Explicit consent?
Explicit consent is a clear, voluntary agreement to do something, in this case, something sexual. A shrug or silence doesn't count, and you can't give consent if you're feeling threatened or if you're drunk or high. If you consent to one thing, it doesn't mean you consent to everything, and you can take it back at any time you change your mind.
My name is Terry Crews. I am an actor, author, former athlete, advocate, and a survivor of a sexual assault.
And even when I get my panic attacks and I lock myself in my closet because I don't want my little sister to see me like that, and she comes into my room sometimes and she'll come into my closet when I'm rocking on the floor and punching my legs, trying to get myself to calm down.
He was a star athlete at one of America's elite universities who is now generating national outrage after receiving just a 6-month sentence for sexually assaulting a young woman. Her wrenching statement in open court went viral, and tonight we have uncovered new pictures and new texts that show the defendant in a harsh new light. Here's ABC's Matt Gutman with an ABC News exclusive.
The public outcry still soaring tonight over a 6-month sentence slapped on former Stanford University freshman Brock Turner for sexually assaulting a 22-year-old woman while she lay unconscious next to a dumpster outside this.
There is no standard way survivors talk about sexual assault. It isn't always a police phone call and a rape kit or a report filed with HR. Sometimes they don't talk at all for years, even decades. Sometimes a little comes out in a conversation with a friend, a partner, or a doctor, and sometimes it comes out all at once. Why is it so hard to talk about? Well, part of it is fear, and part of it is doubt. Will I be believed? Will I be blamed? Will I have evidence? Do I have to relive what happened?
One out of 16 men and 1 out of 4 women are sexually assaulted while in college. People of color, people with disabilities, and people who are LGBTQ experience higher rates of sexual assault and rape. 28% of transgender students are sexually assaulted. Regardless of the survivor's gender, the rapist is male 99% of the time. Repeat offenders commit an average of 6 or more acts of sexual assault. A majority of these rapists are fraternity members or student athletes. On average, fraternity members are 3 times more likely to rape than non-fraternity members. College male athletes represent 4% of the student population and commit 19% of sexual assaults. The biggest date rape drug is alcohol. At least 50% of college students' sexual assaults are associated with alcohol use. 80 to 90% of women sexually assaulted on campus do not report. University administrators discourage students from reporting so they can claim low numbers of sexual assaults. Yet without accurate information, rape can continue to be denied as a widespread phenomenon. In many instances, colleges care more about their reputation than caring for and protecting their students. Despite myths about high rates of false reports, only about 2 to 8% of all sexual assault accusations reported to police are false. This is the same as the false reporting rate for any violent crime. A man is more likely to be a survivor of sexual assault than to be falsely accused of raping someone. Many people don't report because they don't think they'll be believed and they worry about backlash. There's a false idea that rape is a stranger in a dark alley, but the majority of the time, the rapist is someone you know, making it even more difficult for survivors to come forward.
First point, observe, as so much of situational awareness has to do with simply being cognitive of your environment and observing what's happening around you. This is a skill that is quickly being lost by many in this day and age. We're constantly surrounded by distractions, especially with the era of mobile technology. Learning to look up and take notice of your surroundings is this first step, observe. It's important that you learn to train your mind to be in an active state of observing what is happening around you at all times. Now, this is not paranoia, but rather being alert, cognitive of the moment and what is happening around you.
If you think you don't know a victim, think again.
It's a huge deal.
Many people I know have been victims of sexual violence.
It's not the victim's fault.
No one asks for it, ever.
Let your voice be heard.
If you have been harmed by sexual misconduct, you should never feel ashamed.
Ask for help.
We can make a change together.
It's on us.
Help protect kids from sexual abuse. Talk with them about it in ways they'll understand. Even if it's just like talking to kids about safety rules, you need to talk about it a lot.
Kevin, I love that head. Put a helmet on it. Mom.
To help kids stay safe from sexual abuse, you need to talk about it a lot too. Tell kids, always ask me first.
Listen, we all know Coach Al, but you still have to ask me first before you get in his car.
But it's Coach.
Doesn't matter. You have to ask me first, okay?
Got it.
Tell kids. Tell me if anyone tries to touch your private parts.
Kevin, before you go out, okay, this is a little weird, but if anyone ever tries to touch your private parts...
Mom, do we really have to talk about this?
We really do. And you have to tell me if it ever happens, okay?
Weird, but I will.
Tell kids, no secrets.
Sweetheart, nobody can touch your private parts, okay? You remember? No secrets if anyone tries, okay?
Okay, Daddy.
All right.
Keep talking about sexual abuse and keep asking questions.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
To get in the way before it happens.
To get a friend home safe.
And to not blame the victim.
It's on us.
To look out for each other.
To
not look the other way.
It's on us to stand up.
To step in.
To take responsibility.
It's on us, all of us,
to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Anyway, first remember that it's not your fault. No matter who you were with, how you were dressed, or what you were doing, you have nothing to feel guilty about, period. If anyone ever rapes you or hurts you in any way, get to a hospital fast. Tell them what happened, and they can help you take the steps to prevent illness or pregnancy and get you to the additional support you'll need. Most importantly, you should tell someone you trust, like your mom or a school counselor. You can tell them face-to-face, over text, on the phone, or however you're most